Here, and I'm doing a video. Doing a video today, and I'm gonna show some of my friends how to mod their Super Nintendo Classic Edition. This one belongs to my friend Agent Alex. So I have mine already hooked up. Mine's already modded. Mine's already ready to go. This one right here belongs to 17, also known as Redneck Jesus. So I'm gonna open up my computer. This is live. This is not pre-recorded. So I'll answer any questions you have regarding the process. But it is pretty simple. It is easy to do. Anyone can do it. But I can do it for you if you live in Houston. If you don't have the confidence, I don't really charge. I accept tips. Like if you want to tip me like $10, $5, $15, $20, whatever you think is fair, I will do it for that. All right, let me put. The reason why I'm modding Asians and not one that's already modded is because the other, I want to show you how to do it. This thing is really cool. So here's the console. It comes with power cable, everything you need, HDMI cable, 2 controllers. It's all packaged in here. It comes with an instruction manual, including a poster. Alright, here we go. So, let's get a good look at this console. It's really nice looking. It's really small though. It's barely bigger than the palm of my hand. Well, no, it's bigger than the palm of my hand, but not by much. Okay, so this right here doesn't work. Your power button works. Your reset button works. This is just cosmetic. This as well. The cartridge slot is just cosmetic. You have your back. It runs on. It has an HDMI and a DC in. Right here, it has the cosmetic layout for the original controllers, but we all know that it doesn't take the original controllers. There you go. Alright, so this is where it gets really important. So we're gonna put in my password. Alright, got my computer up now. So what we want to do is you want to download this program from the internet before you start. Hack Chi 2, that's a really important program. And plus sorry, this podcast is brought to you by Dr. Pepper. So you want to download that program off the internet. This is what it looks like once it starts up. So I have all these games already on here. Castlevania, Dragon Ball, DuckTales, Game & Watch, Killer Instinct, Super Mario, Pokemon, Simpsons, Sonic the Hedgehog, Ninja Turtles, The Legend of Zelda, Power Rangers, Sailor Moon. Okay, so we're gonna take this bitch right here off. I'm gonna take off the 1201. All right, so this is where it gets good. So this is where it gets interesting. So the power cable is a USB cable. So you want to connect the USB power cable directly to your computer, and then you want to connect it to your console, just like that. Simple, easy. Just connect it like that to your computer. So now it's connected to our computer. And just for shits and giggles, I'm just going to connect it to the... Well, let's start it up. Let's show you what's on it. I know it's kind of a mess, but this is kind of like a last minute video I decided to do to help out some of my friends. Alright, let's see. Go into that too. Alright, let's go for... I'm going to set it up for English. I'm going to set it up. Okay, so it's got all the standard games. It's got nothing. So this is the original firmware. Nothing's been added, so we're going to go ahead and just... Alright, so now we're just going to... Alright, now here comes the part where we mod it. So let's go ahead and turn this off. Now, on the program, now you want to... So you're going to want to listen to this step-by-step on how to mod the Super Nintendo. So pay close attention, and I'm going to try to go as slow as possible so you can pause it in case you miss something. Remember, when you download games, your console only has about 140 megabytes of memory in the console, so I know it seems like it doesn't... we have like 112 games, so that's more than enough. I mean, you're not going to play like 200 games, so let's go right here to modules. Wait, no, we got to go to kernel first. We go to the kernel, and then we click on dump kernel. So this is very important. You want to follow the instructions. Oh wait, I forgot to do something. Shit. Okay. Really, you're only supposed to mod one Super Nintendo at a time. They assume that you're only going to mod one Super Nintendo, and then that's it. But unfortunately for me, I have to mod several. So this will be dump. Asian relics. Okay. So there we go. And then we go back. Kernel. Dump kernel. Yes. Alright, so we click on dump kernel. So this is the part where you have to really pay attention. Please do the following steps. Make sure the power button on your Super NES Mini is switched off. Or is it switched off? Connect your NES Mini to the PC via USB cable, which we already done. Hold the reset button and turn on the power switch. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold the reset button and then turn on the power switch. And then you're going to hold it for 5 seconds until you... 1, 2, 4, 5. You're going to hold it. Okay, and should have recognized it by now. It's dumping the original software. Oh, wait. USB re-error timed out. So that happens. That's normal. Nothing to be worried about. So I'm just going to restart the process again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so we're going to go back up here and dump the kernel. Dump the kernel. All right. So now that it's recognized, you have to hold it for about 5 seconds. Hold the reset button after you turn it on for about 5 seconds, and it'll recognize it, and then it'll start. It'll start dumping the dumping kernel means it's dumping the original Flash software in the console. So what we're doing now is we're dumping the original software, not the games. All right, now we go back to kernel, and then we click on Flash Custom Kernel. Yes. Now it tells you don't lose the original dump file in case you want to remove the custom. In case you want to revert it back to the way it was, you can always dump the kernel file that's in it right now, and then flash the original.
After Hurricane Katrina destroyed the restaurant, Jackie and Star were forced to relocate to Nashville. Sammy, my table doesn't like the crab cakes or the turtle soup. The Nashville folks we don't love. I think people in Nashville have a problem with New Orleans cuisine. You know. Oh well, these people don't know. I definitely don't think our issue is the people of Nashville.
I mean, you can. I would fast forward to this part. It takes a bit. It takes a minute. These next couple parts take a minute.
Shrimp tortillas. They're stacked on top of one another twice. I think that's it. That's what it is there, right? I can't see how he makes any money. We do not have the volume to be able to sell all that stuff. Japanese definitely needs an upgrade. It's not 1984 anymore. They want their wallpaper back. Jackie at 120, the lady did not like the salad dressing. What was the matter with it? She says that blue cheese dressing is too thin. Let's get her out of here. Yes, Debbie. Everybody thinks they know better, so it's my job to make sure it stays the way it's supposed to be. What are y'all doing? I need to know. We're taking the prime rib off of this check because we didn't like it. He returned it. He didn't like the other one either. He said both back. The fish. John, for Chappies to be saved, I think we need Chappie to change.
All right. Now done. You can now upload games to your Super NES, NES Mini. So now here comes the second part of that we have to do. So now we have to install modules. Install extra modules. So this part is necessary if you want to play other games like the hell is that? So whatever. We're gonna go ahead and install these things. No, we're gonna keep that out. Yeah, see, like, you need these modules, all these modules. These are kind of weird because I don't use games for them, but here we go. This one's really important, though. This module will support Game Boy and Game Boy Color games on the RetroArch. So we're just gonna go ahead and click on them. This one's for Sega Genesis. This one's for Nintendo 64 games. Keep in mind that not all Nintendo 64 games are gonna work on the Super Nintendo. Some will, some won't. Super Mario 64 is a little bit laggy at some points, but I mean, I haven't really tested it out that much, so I think it works well. Neo Geo Pocket Color games. So this is a bit tedious, so. But I'm trying to show step for step on how to do this. These are PlayStation games. This is for Sega Master System. For the Atari 7800. This one's for remove the thumbnails upon. No, we're gonna keep those. Custom filters. Alright. So now we click on OK. Now, we're going to turn off the console again. Hold it for 5 seconds. For this one, you're going to have to return off the console. Hold it for 5 seconds. Power it on. Hold the reset button for 5 seconds. That should do it. And if not, just repeat the process. And then once it's recognizes it like that, it'll start installing the modules. Now, keep in mind these modules, like I said, are important if you want to play games other than Super Nintendo games. This is if you want to play Sonic the Hedgehog from a Sega Genesis console on a Super Nintendo console. Like nowadays, that doesn't seem like much, but for us growing up in the 90s, Sonic the Hedgehog on Nintendo was unheard of. Fast forward. You can skip probably like a minute or two ahead. Alright, put my headset on. That way it'll be a lot better. My voice quality will be a lot better. Yeah, I said about a minute to skip forward, so. All right. So now our Super Nintendo's got all the custom emulators and all the custom firmware now. So comes the easy part. So now then you just download whatever games from whatever ROM website you want. Then you just drag them from the folder to here, and then you just when the game pops up, uh, it won't have the art like this right here. So whenever the game pops up, to put art, you just click on Google, and the game, like the different types of art that you can use for it, will pop up. I just use the most time I just use whatever standard. So now we just synchronize games. Then we just kick. So this is the easy part. Once you download your games, you put them on here. You click on them. You give them the art. You give them your art, whatever. So you just, that's pretty simple. So once that, the console does not have to be turned off. It can be it can be on right here in the main screen. It can just be like that as long as it's connected to your computer. You don't have to do anything special to the console. So once you have all your games ready to be uploaded, you just click synchronize selected games, and once that, it'll start loading the new games onto the console. Right there, see it right. Now, when you download ROMs and load them into your console, not all of them are guaranteed to work. Let me just put that out there. Like, oh, this game doesn't work. You told me if I did this, did that, they would work. Not all ROMs work on the console for some reason. It's beyond my power. I do try my best though. Like, not all the Sailor Moon games worked on the console. So no, we're done with that. So now that that's all been uploaded, so now we have our Super NES. It's got all these standard games that came in the console, pre-made, officially licensed. So now we're gonna click on this folder. So we're going to show you some games, just to show you that they are in here. All right, let's try Sailor Moon. Okay, so it doesn't really work because I'm using an NES controller that well. So better to use your Super Nintendo. So I'm going to show you a couple more games, and then we're going to end the live stream. So Game Boy Advance games do work. I have all my Dragon Ball Z games. We got Metroid, original Metroid, Kirby. We have other Golden Sun, Killer Instinct, Garfield games, Neo Geo Pocket Color, DuckTales, Dragon Ball Z Legacy of Goku 2. Show you one of the more popular genres. So that works. I'm not going to play the game because I'm using my NES controller. You know what? Let's test it. I haven't fully tested out the Pokemon games, so let's see if they work. And we're going to show 2 more games off, and then we're done. Alright. Those work. Those seem to work. So let's show you the last bit of games. Legend of Zelda, Super Mario 64. Alright, this is the... I'm going to show you this one. This is going to be the last one. And I'm going to show you the laggy part of the game. Obviously, I can't play it because I don't have a classic controller. I have my Super NES and NES controller.
Mario. Hello. Hey Mario, please come to the castle. Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Oh, it seems to be working fine. Anyways, guys, I gotta go ahead and cut it short. Thanks for watching, and hopefully y'all learned something. Alright, peace. Stay classy, everyone.